everyone. Today we are going to cover the topic about viruses. Okay, virus. When I talk about virus, first thing you must take care in your mind is that under the RH Whitaker kingdom classification, we have read about 5 kingdom classification of WH Whitaker, RH Whitaker, and these were we have covered about Monera, we have covered about Protista, then we have covered about fungi, and a brief introduction about kingdom animals and kingdom plants. So amongst these categorization, there was no place to place viruses in this classification. Now, what is the reason that why we were not able to place viruses in this 5 kingdom classification? This was because if I take the basis of classification, the basis of classification was cell organization, yeah, cellular organization. One was one of the key feature based on which we have categorized the animals and plant as the cellular organization. Okay? We have learned that there are two types of cells, prokaryotic cells and the eukaryotic cells. The eukaryotic cells having a well-defined structure in which we saw the cell membrane is there. Below to the cell, outer to the cell membrane is the cell wall which is present, and they have well-defined nucleus. Whereas in prokaryotic cell, the nucleus was not well-defined. There was simply the cell wall that was present. The nucleus was the nucleic content was present inside the cell wall in the cytoplasm, and this was not having a nuclear membrane and hence was termed as nucleoid, right? But when we considered about the structure of viruses, the viruses have neither of the structure. They have a very different structure, very different organization, and hence they were not able to place in 5 kingdom classification. If I talk about the simple structure of viruses, this have two main components. First is the genetic material and second is the protein code. Okay, the genetic material in viruses can be DNA or RNA, but it is not going to be both that are present in a particular virus at a time. At a time, only one of the genetic material, either DNA or RNA, is going to present in the cell, in the virus. And this genetic material is being protected by this protein coat. Okay, very simple structure if I draw here, that it will be like if this is the genetic material of the virus, it can be RNA or it can be DNA. And this is being protected by the protein coat. Okay? So since they were having a very different structure compared to eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell, they were termed as acellular. And because they were termed as acellular, because they were not having a well-defined structure, and hence they were not placed anywhere in the 5 kingdom classification.